What's up, guys? My name is Mike, and this is a very special episode of Let's Play Stellaris using the Clark 1.1 update. So we just researched the colony ship research, so we are very excited about that. So while we're paused, let's select a new research right away, and then we will start to decide on our strategy of where to colonize. And I think I already gave a spoiler alert with my cursor, because I'm going to be very attracted to the Avior system. That seems like the best bet currently. But before we do that, Imdo, with her 10% or his 10%, I don't know if we are a dimorphic species. I think that's the right term to use. Maybe we're just asexual and reproduced by, I don't know, fusion, whatever, fission, like bacteria, maybe. So what do we want? Frontier clinics? What do frontier clinics do? They improve the quality of life of colonists on alien worlds. I don't give a shit. Biolab is an upgrade, a science building we can build to increase our society research. We could do that. Or we could do this, but this is all army based, and we don't need armies yet. So we're going to go with Biolab. That seems like the best bet, and maybe we can get some early gains in society research, which will pay off in the long run. So while we're still paused, so we don't waste a single microsecond, let us immediately build a colony ship with our lovely saved up resources, preparing specifically for this exact time. And I'm also going to, once the colony ship is built, 63, yes. Well, I think I'm going to build some corvettes right after. Let's just queue them up now. We'll queue up 3 corvettes. In my experience, in my very limited experience, it seems like as soon as your first colony ship makes planetfall, pirates spawn. I guess it doesn't matter what species you are, whether you're made of fungus or whether you're made of feathers. As soon as you start to colonize other worlds, a certain part of your population doesn't like that idea, and they go off on their own and just become really fucking annoying. So we'll build up a couple of corvettes right afterwards in case that happens yet again, and prepare for the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Somebody famous and much smarter than me said that. Once or twice. Ukma. Who's Ukma? That is our engineering dude. Cool. All right. Again, just the bonus 2%. It's not too exciting. Do we still need... I don't think we need this on anymore. So we're going to remove the society research. Also interesting, I noticed they removed the ability to select all 3 of the research grants. In my previous games, without the 1.1 patch, if you had the spare influence, which later in the game you typically would, you could just simply select all 3 of these and gain a flat 10% bonus across the board, which was nice. Expensive, because it was plus, typically it's 1 per, but we're getting a bonus or a discount because of our Empress. So 3 influence, but for 10% across the board is pretty good. But they've removed that ability, it seems. So good on Paradox for acknowledging that little mini exploit. So information quarantine. Nope, we're not going to have a problem with ethics divergence yet. We haven't done anything to piss anybody off, and we already have a negative 20, so we're good. And I certainly don't want to... Do I want to encourage free thought? That would negate most of our ethics divergence gain. We have a negative 20%, so we're still not net negative 5. But I don't know if plus 10% is worth it. My hesitation is I don't know how the new ethics divergence tweaks, the balances are working yet. So my hesitation is I don't want to lose some of the stuff that we have, namely the military and the alien slavery. Because if you lose those traits and you start to nuke and enslave alien species, then you could have very suddenly a very big issue on some of your planets. So we'll leave it alone for now. We'll just do research at a normal rate and hope for the best. So our deflectors are done. Fantastic. Let's look at what's next. So just a fast learner. Do we want the second level of this? I don't think so. It's still very expensive. 32 months. We could get the solar panel networks. Oh, the colony ship is done. So let's pause real quick while we decide. Or basic combat roles. Don't have enough solar or enough space stations to really worry about this now, so I think we'll get the basic combat roles out right away. So let's us install computers on our ships, because I guess apparently right now we're just flying with analog controls, like knobs and dials and switches, like an episode of old school Star Trek. So this gets us ship hull points, 10% and chance to evade. I think that's, again, evade, in my opinion, at least in my experience, has been very, very good. So we'll do that, and maybe we'll install defensive computers, which will make our ships harder to hit, especially if we're going to be going up against some garbage, like non-sentient species right off the bat. I don't want to lose any of our very expensive, very valuable ships to a bunch of shitty space cows and what have you. All right, so the Per Ushnad is our first colony ship. Setting sail for... Right, and it shows you... So this is new as well. So the colony ship shows you what's actually on it. It never used to show you that, so it's kind of annoying. But what you could do is, even if you didn't have the colony ship selected, you would choose a planet, colonize, and I think this list would always still come up. So you could do it, it was just one more step. So where do we want to make planetfall? I still think this might be the best one long-term. Thinking long-term for a 24 size planet, we can't be thinking some short-term games about plopping it here, because we will get an adjacency bonus on a 2 food, a 1 mineral, and a 2 1 space there. So we could do this, but this will get us nothing, because I don't think adjacency affects research spots, as far as I know. So short-term pain, long-term gain. That's we'll use that as our motto for now.
System survey complete.
Science ship on the Desiree Rigu, you're done with the Europa system. So, of course, the two best, like our home planet and the best other planet near us, both have shit all for resources. But there's some very tantalizing resources right at the very outside range of our space, our controllable red blob here. So that's obviously fucking typical. These rich ones are just out of reach. But we will soldier forward nonetheless. We now know, without a doubt, that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Zaplo. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of life found around throughout the galaxy. Commendable. So we can tell them to fuck off, in which case we gain 20 influence. Or we can say, sure, why not? Let's go, sure, why not? What kind of research is that? Oh, it's not research. We just have to survey habitable planets. Okay, well, we can do that because we're going to be doing that anyway as a matter of course. So I'm okay with that. That's probably the right choice. And then we can put our engineering research on hold for a minute to look at mining drones. Why not? All we're doing is the 5%. This will pay off long term. We're still very early game. We're only 5 years past the discovery of wormhole travel. So I'm okay with that. Our colony ship has found a rare patch of open ground in the jungles of Saddam Hussein? I don't know. Has made planetfall landing site a great day for Mother Rachna. Well, that actually offsets the engineering. It looks like we're going to get 60 engineering points off the bat in our pool, in our bank. So that just offsets our special research project we just engaged. So, hey, well about good timing. All right, so we're going to do that. Zaplo is in the process of building up some more corvettes, and maybe 135. Maybe we'll just leave it. I kind of want to build one more, but I also really want to build up colony ships for this planet right away. I want to expand fast, because it makes sense to me that a insect species would be multiplying rapidly across the galaxy. So yeah, I think we're going to save up for the second colony ship, especially since this system here is so juicy. Okay, mining drone work ethic. They're drones in their tireless, endless work of extracting ever-diminishing resources from their local planetoids and made for somewhat dull but nonetheless informative study, blah, blah, blah. So adds a list of mineral-rich planetoids. So I guess we have reverse engineered their codes. And you're done your queue. We expanded. I just saw a tick of expansion, which still leaves this out of our way. I guess we must have grown a population. Anyway, we'll come back to that in a second. We'll put it on pause for a minute. High value mining targets. Track on map. Well, it's not the worst situation in the world. This is pretty close. It's a big gap though. Like it's kind of in a void. See this sort of like blank space? I guess this star is pretty close. But there's otherwise not a lot around it, so it might be a little bit difficult to jump to. These are three are nice clustered up. Again, there's a gap in the middle, so we might not be able to easily grab all three. But eventually, and this little guy is just hanging out on the dangling dick of the universe right out here. The Daturi Expanse. That's the polite way of calling it. But there are rather planets nearby. So if we colonize some of these guys in the meantime, we might be able to grab one of these. I don't think I've ever actually mined one of these mineral rigs. I don't think I've played smart or long enough to grab one of these. So perhaps this will be a good chance to do that. So I guess we'll just leave that on for now. And what was I in the middle of? Oh yeah, Zappalo just finished a queue on the surface. No, it finished its queue in space. That's right. But let's look at the surface real quick. So this guy is hatching, which means the next one is going to hatch in a blank spot after that. We have one food. So we're going to have to worry about food in a minute. So maybe we will clear this space, which means the next guy that hatches will pay for himself by toiling in the fields. What do bugs eat? Do they eat other bugs? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe they eat worms, and that's why they're so obsessed with wormhole travel. Could be. So he'll just be out in the fields foraging like a savage, with no farm, nothing, just picking berries or whatever these guys eat. And he'll pay for himself, and then we'll have to consider perhaps building some planetary surface upgrades. Maybe a farm. Can't upgrade this guy yet. That's a ways off. Maybe we'll build a farm in one of these spaces and just see how it goes. But for the time being, we're okay. I like our starting planet. I don't know if it gives you a benefit to the starting planet. I think they're always size 16, but I don't know if it randomizes some of these other spaces. So maybe that you always get adjacency bonus, potential resources there, and I'm bragging about nothing, but it seems like a strong start, like 5, 5, 4, 4. But that could just be how it automatically does it, and I'm getting all excited about nothing. Would not be the first time. Can't build anything here yet. We're still working on... Oh no, we chose not to. That's right. Yeah, we chose not to get the solar panels, which I think is wise. We will need solar panels later, and I think I'll upgrade all of my spaceports with solar panels, just because if you have like a dozen of them at 3 energy each, they start to be a big drain on your energy production. But with the solar panels, they, like I said, they pay for themselves, so it's a net neutral, which means you can really build them at just at the cost of minerals with pretty reckless abandonment. So we'll keep with that.
System survey complete.
See, another really rich planet here, of course, just out of reach. I feel like a 3-year-old that just can't quite reach the cookie jar. Just a little bit too short and not a stool in sight. This guy's still out of our space. I believe the influence grows with the population. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And I think there's also technologies that you can do to further expand that. So if we end up with some of these planets that are just on the cusp, we may want to research some of those just to grab them for free. We could also consider doing the frontier outposts. Actually, while we have some time, what is a frontier outpost going to cost? 85 minerals and 170 influence. So Empress Poto is giving us a discount to the minerals and to the influence, because I believe it's normally 100 and 200. It's very expensive. Oh, and our tropical world. We'll come back to that in a second. Tropical world is done. No governor. Do we want a governor? Let's see if there's any good governors. Clear blocker time. That is good. However, we are stuck between a shitty place and a shittier place when it comes to clearing. Luckily, we have some very good spots to, like, we have a ton of space to expand into right now, but we can't clear any of the stuff as it was. So that will do us 0 good. Why is this blank? I don't know. What is normally supposed to have our symbol, no? I don't know. I don't know why that's blank for now. There's probably a reason. Oh, maybe because there's no spaceport? Maybe it fills in when there's a spaceport? I don't know. We'll figure that out, I guess, later. I'll see if it changes later and see what happened. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, we're looking for a governor. So, no. Leader lifespan 25. No. What did this guy do? Slave mineral. We're not doing any slaves. Yeah, we're not going to enslave our own people, I don't think. We don't have any tolerance to enslaving our own people. We do have a tolerance to enslaving aliens. So maybe we'll save this guy to manage sectors if he survives long enough. Iron Fist. However, the clear blocker time might be good on our home planet, I'm wondering. Well, there's only 4 spaces, so no, maybe we'll just leave it. Maybe we'll just leave it. Maybe we'll look for a admiral instead. Anything good? Sensor range plus 25%. This leader is an expert at reconnaissance, having the technical skill to always get the most out of long-range starship sensors. Kind of boring. Ship upkeep 15%, negative 15%. Kind of boring. Cautious. Evasion plus 15. This leader is a cautious admiral, avoiding unnecessary risk and taking care to always maintain formations in which fleet units can manually support each other against the enemy. Bo-Key, you are cautious. You're a little on the old side, but not as old as Bogu, your brother. So your older brother is good at making our ships cheap. You're good at keeping them safe. I think maybe we'll go with safe. Let's go with safe. Let's put you in charge. Especially if we get some pirate uprisings, which I'm waiting for any second now. You can gain some early experience fighting those pirates and hopefully be of good use to us while keeping our ships safe. And we can upgrade 6 of them for 78 minerals. What did we actually research? I've already forgotten what we researched. Oh, the deflectors. Oh, definitely. We definitely want to outfit our ship with deflectors. Right now they're running naked. So let's cover up all those precious little ship parts of ours. All the little innies and outies. Where am I going? All the little innies and outies. And we'll upgrade for 78. What the fuck? Holy shit, that was so fast. That's also new. I guess they heard the complaints of the eternity it takes to upgrade ships, where in some cases it would be faster just to fucking disband everything and start over from scratch. Or you had to micromanage by splitting your ships up into like 1,000 smaller fleets and just, you know, dock them at random ports all over the place. Wow. Okay. Well, that actually alleviates some of my concerns. So maybe I wasn't totally optimal with some of my research picks, because I was researching or choosing my researches based on the fact that sometimes it takes an ungodly amount of time to upgrade. So I would put off, or I'd do some of the early stuff first so I could build ships later. That's a huge upgrade. So thank you, Paradox. Much appreciated for that one, for sure. All right, this one lies within Mother Rachna's space now. So that is really, really good. So let's get that one later. Once you're done, Rigu. We'll grab this one. So we'll just go Shift, hold down Shift, Survey System, and put it in the queue. This seems to be all safe from aliens right now, and I have no pirates uprising. So I am happy about that. Very happy. You're hatching on the space. You know what? Why don't you hatch over here instead? That'll keep us growing at an appreciable rate. Plus we get the 2 minerals early. I think that makes more sense. This one is still on the very edge of Rachna space. I see you creeping in there. They're red, but not enough. I think the little hexagon has to be halfway plus before it's considered part of your space. Atmospheric readings from Ass and is 6. Ass and is 6 do not match simulated projections. We'll come back. We'll come back. We need to really worry about what our resource situation is like first. Oh, shit. So not only that, but we encounter some alien, the Delta Menaces. Who are you? What are you? You look like you are probably... Get back here. Can I click on you and follow you? I can. With a weird juddering effect. That's not your frame rate, folks. That's the follow camera guy apparently having epilepsy as he moves around. So this is definitely a sentient species nearby. They are surveying. Their ships look squid-like. Looks like actually it looks a little bit like the what are they called? Reapers from Mass Effect? With like the hand thing that comes down? I don't know. Maybe. Powered exoskeleton, new research. So we're done that, so we get the bonus 5% to minerals. Happy about that. And let's see what we're going to do next. Well, knowing now that we're near a sentient species, is now the time to worry about our military? Or... Yes. So this gives us more research. This gives us more mining network. I'm not worried about the density of our systems, our planets yet. I'm worried about going wide rather than tall. So maybe we'll do this. Get this one early on. That is a rich system. Very rich system. I hope we can... Well, we can't snag it. Damn it. Well, I hope our borders expand fast enough to take it over. That would be good. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll have a chance to get there before they do. Because all of these planets are very rich. And if they're coming from here, they're probably from down here somewhere. I would favor. Should we research a contact with them? No, you know what? I think I'll let them do that. We know 100% it's a sentient species because they were surveying planets. And they look like one of the starting ships that you can choose from. So with any luck, they'll take their time and research us, and we can just keep soldiering forward. And not spend our time deigning to contact lesser species.
Research complete.
Biolab is done. Perfect. All right, tile blockers, mountain range. Do we need to remove any mountain ranges? No, and 1, 2. 1, 2 mountain ranges. Well, it's maybe not. I'm always on this planet because we're eventually going to have to worry about this planet as well. What is on? Come over here. 1. So 3 mountain ranges in total right now. Versus orbital hydroponic farms. We don't need those. We've got plenty of food so far. In naval capacity, well, no. 10%. I don't even know if this would be at all ever useful. To be perfectly honest, like 10%, unless you had literally nothing else to research and it would take you like 2.5 weeks to research it, I don't see how this would be useful because you will be expanding your naval capacity just through colonizing and building spaceports much faster than any of these upgrades. So we'll go with mountain ranges. It's probably the best bet right now. And we'll see. So maybe IMDO should be working on something. What makes more sense? Transmission from the Garathi Empire. Okay, here we go, guys. We are receiving a transmission from the Garathi Empire. They appear to have successfully translated our language. And we gained 21 influence from that. Okay. There are, look like little one-eyed, what would you call it? Like a coyote? A one-eyed coyote? I speak on behalf of the Garathi Empire and I bring you greetings. Our great leader, Emperor Glorum I, the first, is very pleased to have made contact with your unique species. Unique is one way of putting it. You know what? Keep to yourselves. Fuck you guys. The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has shaken our society to the core. Leaked footage, I guess, on our alien spider iPhones, maybe they're called 8 iPhones, of these bizarre creatures is spreading through the media outlets, and they appear to have achieved a level of technology similar to ours, as they are clearly spacefaring. We should assume the worst. I would say that is a wise choice. Who are you? Where do I see you? Factions? No, that's mine. So let's communicate with you and see what you are all about. You are hegemonic imperialists. Am I saying that right? I don't know. They consider them the rightful rulers of the galaxy. Well, we're going to have a few problems there, buddy. You're despotic, similar to us. You're fanatic collectivists. So you are also all about slavery. However, that is your own slavery. Not alien, but you eat less. I guess because there's only so much food you can fit through your very tiny little mouths. And you are xenophobic. Or xenophile. Sorry, pardon me. So they're actually the opposite of us. So not only do we get... so they like us. Actually, that's good because it offsets... So we get a negative 40% negative because we hate them as a matter of course because they are molluscoid. So apparently this is some sort of advanced crab or clam-like creature. So we're getting a negative, but they're offsetting it because they actually like us. However, that offset is because... their offset is also offset because we're repugnant. So they just like us enough to offset how repugnant we are. And they're equivalent to us. So we don't have to worry about them right now. But considering they are imperialists, I imagine that means they are probably going to be all up in our shit sooner than later. Okay, we're done with Obatellis. And where are they actually? Where are they? Oh, okay. So they are down there. I thought they might have been further. I'll say south. I know it's not really south, but I thought they would have been further down. And they don't have a second planet here, it seems. So they must have an outpost already. And that one is already... Oh, it already lies within their space. So we are shit out of luck. So we'll survey up here for now. Would have liked to maybe grab that, but at least we have a border with them, which will make perhaps an invasion. Although, our yellow brick road is outside of their planet. So we'll have to build a wormhole station right quick here so we can potentially react to any aggression by them. I would not want to be left out in the cold, not being able to invade if they choose to invade us. They probably won't, at least not for the time being. Oh, we finally have our 356 minerals. Perfect. So let's build our second colony ship right away. And then that'll give us 3 planets, a great start so far. And then we can consider where to expand from there. An unusually deliberate geometric configuration of minerals drifts through the debris belt by M4915 and is possibly of alien origin. Leave be for now. Don't worry, you will get the chance to do all of your nerd shit all over the galaxy sooner than later. So just calm your tits, your alien tits. Aliens probably wouldn't have tits, I don't think. They don't nurse. Maybe we are warm-blooded insect aliens? I don't know. Perhaps. Base happiness is 60%. Just the base. The base is always 60. We have nothing to boost their happiness. I don't think the happiness plays into anything until you get above a certain threshold. There's our 20% mineral gain, so we're happy about that. I think the happiness bonuses kick in at like 80%, and then you get like a pretty significant bonus. I think it's like 20%, if memory serves. But it takes a lot of effort or a lot of particular species traits to get yourself above 80%. So I'm not worried about my worker ants being happy. I just worry about them staying productive. So as long as they're not unhappy. System survey. And to keep them from being unhappy, we'll just ensure that their ethics don't drift to the point where our policy of enslaving aliens and doing all sorts of naughtiness doesn't impact their ability to do their work. So let's go to Atlas. What was in here? These were the alien space stations. Maybe we should go blow this up. Might be an idea to send our fleet over there to gain some experience. There is no pirates. There is no pirates this time. I guess it is a random occurrence. It doesn't always happen. So let's Vika. What are we going to do about your physics research? Blue lasers, the upgrade to our existing lasers. That would be nice, no doubt about it. Physics lab or power hub. Well, again, I think I'm more concerned about going wide rather than tall. So we'll go blue lasers. That'll help us more, I believe. We still have plenty of space to colonize around. Once our planets start to fill up, then we can worry about slapping down some buildings to fill in the gaps. Okay, this guy's hatching, which means the next guy, again, will hatch in a blank spot. So we need to give the next guy something to do. He will hatch, and that will keep us at... I think that'll actually boost us to 1 food, because I believe they take a food while they hatch. I believe he's eating 1 food right now. We're shoveling food on top of his nest, which means the next guy will put us at a flat. So we're going to have to consider building a farm pretty quick here. But in the time being... Let's see, should we unlock another research spot or the other energy? Let's do a research. Let's get the physics. And maybe that'll be done, probably not done in time to get the laser, but if lasers in general are going to be physics research, that's where we're going to want to go. Okie dokie. And is our second colony ship almost done? We're only a few days away from that. So 2 weeks, 10 days, 1 week, and done. Pause for that. That is the perfect time to take a break, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and join me next time for another very special episode of Let's Play Stellaris.